Every Day is a New Day podcast and live show. The inspirational show about moving forward and choosing to be more of you. Transmuting the self-doubt and stepping into courageously aligned confidence in who you uniquely are. My name is Kim O'Neill. I'm a twice certified transformational confidence coach, Reiki master, best-selling author, and former crime analyst who now helps empathic, heart-centered individuals shatter the noise of self-doubt, find clarity on what self-love really looks like, and the courage to be peacefully grounded in who you've always known you are, from the inside out. Join me for the live shows on Facebook and YouTube, and visit KimO'NeillCoaching.com for more info. Let's get to it. All right. Welcome to a very special episode of the Every Day is a New Day show. I'm your host, Kim O'Neill, and a couple times a year, there tends to be something that I'm just so excited about that I really want to share with people. And it's such an honor when my guest says yes. And that is what we're going to be doing today. So I have for you a very special live guided meditation that is going to be facilitated by a guest that I had on last week. He's coming back today. I'm going to go ahead and bring him up on screen right now so we can say a few words about that before we get into it. Welcome back, JEFF LEISAWITZ.
Hello again. It's a new day once again. It's amazing how that happens.
It is amazing how that happens. JEFF, so a couple weeks ago, I had the honor of experiencing your very special secret library guided meditation. And it's all about being healed and seen for the amazing, beautiful human that you are. And I had such an awesome, I also think unique experience with it that it was obvious to me right now that, oh my goodness, so many more people would also benefit from this. And so thank you so much for saying yes to bringing this to everyone today, because this is not something that you have available as a free meditation over on Insight Timer or your website or anywhere, is it?
That is correct. This is top secret, top notch guided meditation.
I love it. So I would love for you to, our primary focus for everyone joining us today is going to be this live guided meditation. But before we get into it, JEFF, do you have any added words that you'd like to say about this and why you created it, how it helps people, anything?
Sure, absolutely. Well, meditation, I'm not going to yap about how great meditation is because it's awesome and will help you in basically every way in your life. This particular meditation, is based on being seen, right? Out there in this world, I suspect most people feel like they are not particularly well seen. Certainly while you're driving down the street or online, things like that. Our acquaintances, hopefully get us a little bit, but they probably don't care a whole lot. And then you've got your friends and family, and hopefully they get you. But in my experience, I sort of doubt that every single moment of your life you have been fully seen. It's just a thing. So that's kind of where where this thing is going. And as a big fan of guided meditations, I've listened to and done like millions of them, and they all have this kind of washy music behind it, very relaxing, and that's cool. I'm okay with that, when it's good. Although lots of times, of course, it's not that great. But I'm an electronic music producer, and I need some rhythm. I need some beat. So I created some really super chill electronic beats that really helps you get into this hypnotic mode and get in there a little deeper. So I will be doing this as a sort of spoken word performance. Don't worry, it's not techno and it's not hip hop. It's, I don't know, Jeff's secret sauce, I guess.
It's definitely some secret sauce. And it's so I remember the meditation itself just being such an amazing informational experience. I love the title that you gave this. You gave it The Secret Library. And so I will just say that for me, it also kind of had this Akashic Records experience, like as if I was right. And I'm not an Akashic Records practitioner. I've had sessions, but this was very special and a really awesome experience. So So I think we've said enough words, unless there's anything else you want to say about it before we get started.
We have said enough words, except it's not surprising that you're having Akashic Records stuff. You're a multi-dimensional creature, and your listeners probably have that figured out by now.
We are all multidimensional, and I love that we're in a time and space, and you and I do these kinds of things where we help people be more of who they are, be all of who they are. And I love that. So I'm so excited for everyone to get to experience this. For everyone who is with us live on Facebook and YouTube, right there. If you're on Facebook and you don't want to be accessing this on Facebook, you can head on over to YouTube. And if you're on the replay, thank you and awesome to have you here, have you join us. But I'm going to stay on screen just for a moment until Jeff gets everything going and we can verify we're hearing everything. And then I'm going to take us both off screen and you'll just have a nice image that you can view, but your eyes should be closed as you are listening to the meditation, and just allow yourself to experience this. We'll be coming back on for a few moments at the very end. And if you're not able to join us now, then set this aside and come back to it later, because you are absolutely going to want to experience this.
Right.
Okay. So,
and P.S. Don't meditate while you're driving or doing heavy machinery or whatever. Okay.
Yes. Really good caveat. Absolutely. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. We are setting up the audio. This just takes a moment, and then we shall begin. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Deeper, wider. Feel yourself relax. Feel your body melt into your seat. Your mind open to possibility. Breathe deep, deeper. Now you're ready. You're in a private library, one of those really cool old ones with beautiful ornate woodwork all over the place, shelves and shelves of books everywhere. There are comfy couches and chairs. There's some of those old-time desks with that sort of pull-up, roll-up thing. As you walk around this library and explore this place, you get a sense of familiarity, like you've been here before. You can't quite remember it, but it's a feeling, a big feeling. It feels nice here, relaxing, safe. It's a place where you want to be. Just notice that feeling as you wander around. Good. As you poke around, you begin to look a little more closely at the shelves than the books. These are clearly not typical books. As you look at the titles, you notice that they are all about different aspects of you and your life. You pull a book off the shelf and leaf through it. There's pictures and everything in there. This one is a whole book about the first day of kindergarten. interesting. Another one is about the foods you loved as a kid. Another about the vacations and travels you've been on. As you stand there and look at these books, it's fascinating. Every detail is there. These are great stories. They're all about you. But as you stand there, looking and reading, you realize that these are just stories. Even when you stumble upon something that was painful at the time, some crappy experience or whatever, it doesn't hurt now because they're all just stories and you're just looking at them in the library. So you keep looking at books and you begin to notice that besides the descriptions and photos of the action of the events, some of these books perfectly communicate your inner world from these times, your inner experiences. Again, it's interesting because you can get into these stories, but you know they're still just stories. You can close the book anytime and be done. Even the difficult stories from your past, as real as they are communicated in these books, are just stories. Cool, right? So take a minute to look around at these books. As you browse around, one book kind of stands out for some reason. It's almost like it's glowing. So you pick it up. It's a book about being seen for your true beauty, your inherent worth, your uniqueness. You like this one. So you decide to go find a spot to sit down and check it out. Did you find a nice chair or couch? So comfortable, right? As you look through the book, there are chapters and sections about being deeply and truly seen. One chapter is how your people see you. It's funny. According to the book, people see you in ways that you don't sometimes even see yourself. The book shows how much they love you and care about you. Maybe these people are friends or neighbors or co-workers or parents, kids, siblings, partners, or even strangers on the street. As you look at these pictures and read these stories, really breathe this in. Notice how much your presence has affected others in positive ways. Good. And notice how you feel when you have been seen, understood, and respected. It's true that it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it feels like it never happens. But according to the book, there are plenty of times when it has, even if you didn't catch it the first time. So feel into that again. As you flip around the book, you notice something in one of the very early chapters. You're really young, probably just 2 or 3 or 4. Just a little kid. As you check it out, you realize that this is the story of the first time that you were not seen. That for some reason, an adult, probably your mom, but maybe anyone, just didn't get you, didn't understand who you really are or what you needed, how truly beautiful and glorious and unique you are. Maybe these scenes were at home, in the kitchen, or at preschool, or something like that. So just take a minute to read and feel into the story of the first times that you were not seen for being the amazing human that you are. Yeah, it does hurt, and it's sad, but it's only a story. And you can close the book anytime. But as you're looking at this, you notice that there's some extra magic in this book. Actually, it's kind of floating around the whole library. It suddenly becomes clear to you that you can see others' perspectives and actually rewrite these stories. Because our stories are just stories. And from this place in this library, it's easy to rewrite any story you like. So let's rewrite this one. By the way, there's a really cool pen on that table next to you, so go ahead and pick it up. Maybe it's one of those feather pens, or a $100 ballpoint, or even a fancy pencil. Whatever you like, it's right there for you. As you take a look at the story where your mom or someone important couldn't see the truth and beauty of who you are, just notice what's going on with them. Take the perspective off of you for a minute and notice them. Maybe they were super busy at the moment. Maybe they were distracted by something. Maybe they were tired or stressed out. Is any of that possible? Could any of that be true? Or maybe it was something darker, and your mom or someone just didn't have the capacity to give you the energy and love and attention that you needed in that moment. Could that be true? In any case, this book can see past the obvious and into the sublime. So look carefully at the scene, and you'll notice that the book knows the truth about your mom or whoever. This book can see the higher self of everyone involved, as well as the actual events that occurred. It's really interesting because now you can see that although your mom or whoever might not have given you what you needed in that moment, at some level and in some deep place in her heart, she wanted to. Maybe she was just distracted, or maybe she was in great pain herself. It's okay. Whatever the situation, it's not your fault. You are, were, and will always be an amazing human with a beautiful heart and a radiance that is special and unique. So now it's time to rewrite this scene. You got your fancy pencil, your fancy pen. Are you ready? From this perspective, it's clear that you can wash the whole scene, yourself, your mom or whoever, and anyone else who didn't have the capacity to see you, love you, and acknowledge your amazingness with some really big healing. So start with your mind and just invite the love and healing light into your young heart and mind. Feel it penetrate deeply past time and space. You can feel it as that child and also now in the library. Yeah? You can feel it in your body, your cells, your heart, your mind. Breathe that in deeply and feel it. Thank you. Good. Now shift perspectives a bit and notice that this light and love is washing through everyone involved. Your mom or whoever, maybe teachers or siblings or friends. Anyone who didn't have the capacity at the moment to see you on the basic level can now see you in a higher dimension, in a deeper way. And what's so cool about this is that it trips through time. So feel all of this love in other people now. Notice that they see you now through this higher perspective. All the love and energy and goodness that might have been missing, distracted, or incapable of happening is here now. Feel it. Be seen. Be the seer. Breathe this in through time and know that you are beautiful and perfect just as you are. It's huge and it changes your life, your energy, your everything. The grace and ease that follows you now in the physical world is astonishing. You can feel it in your heart, in all places. Breathe it in. Good. When you're ready, gently close the book and thank the book. Thank everyone who's in your story. And most of all, thank yourself for having the courage to see the truth clearly and rewrite the stories that have kept you from being fully seen. This is big. So acknowledge your courage and truth and beauty for being exactly who you are. And love yourself now. Everything you've got. Yeah, good. You can always come back to this library and rewrite any story you wish, but now it's time to come back to the physical world. When you're ready, just start to come on back to Earth. Just begin to slip into your body, into the present moment here in the physical world. Take some deep breaths, wiggle your fingers and toes. you're ready, just go ahead and open your eyes. And now would be a great time just to take a minute to write about your experience.
That was awesome, Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So go ahead. Do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I hope that helped everybody out there get into that library. And I'm just wondering, Kim, like what was your experience like?
Oh, well, my experience, let me just first say that whatever I share here, your experience does not have to be the same. I believe that we all have the experience that we're meant to have, that it best supports us and
Absolutely.
serves us.
Yes.
Yeah. So my experience was interesting. I was like, ooh, I'm loving the meditation. And this was a couple weeks ago. I'm loving the scenery. I'm loving how this is going, the beats, your voice. I loved the whole setting. And then when it came to the library and opening up a book, it was weird because I experienced some resistance, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because I like books, I like writing. This, what's off here? And anyway, so I followed the journey. It became very emotional, and near the end, then there ended up, opening up one of the books, and all of a sudden, I got this very core answer to something that has been something I have, been challenged by and had to work through. And it was like, oh my goodness, like it's amazing how this meditation solved something that had been a challenge for a while. So it was a huge gift. Thank you.
Absolutely. Wow, that sounds like quite a powerful experience, really, right?
It was very powerful. And I actually, I want to highlight some of our live audience comments from those who are joining us. We have Ben here who said, great show. Thank you, Ben. Glad to have you here. And we have Betty who she is currently deaf. And she was loving it. And I just want to highlight this. She said, I love this. It is bringing back to aliveness. I turned the volume up so high that I feel his music with words. She's loving it.
Hold on. Betty, that's awesome. Crank that up. All right. So glad you got that.
Exactly. So Betty, I agree that having you here and being able to share your experience is amazing and hugely valuable. Thank you for sharing that, Betty. Yeah, Jeff, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than rave about how awesome that is and what a treat it was for you to provide that to people and make it so accessible right here. So
absolutely. My pleasure and honor, all you people out there on the World Wide Web. Right.
Yes. And I just want to remind everyone that if you did not get to fully access this, but you know that you want to come back to it and you prefer not to do it on Facebook, I just want to remind everyone it is available on YouTube. The link is in the comments there. You can quickly maybe jot that down if you're just seeing it on screen. But Jeff, I want to tell everyone where they can go to, of course, connect with you outside of today's episode. And
well, look at that. You got that all ready to go. Bam. This ain't Kim's first rodeo. Okay. JEFFLEISAWITZ.com with the proper spelling, triple extra points. I freaking love it. All kinds of blog posts and stuff there. But really the deal is, if you like, you can sign up for a complimentary session with me to see how I can help you. I mostly work with what I call creatives of any flavor and heart-centered humans, right? You know what a heart-centered human is. If you're heart-centered, well, I would want to talk to you and see how I can help you out. So feel free to click around on there and you can just sign up, and I Zoom with people all over the planet. How cool is that?
That's very cool. Very cool. Well, Jeff, that concludes our very special episode of the Every Day is a New Day show, having this live guided meditation with you. Thank you again. And to everyone who was with us, feel free to come back to us and just let us know what your experience was. And, again, you're going to have an experience that is unique to you. And if you are feeling called to this, I just want to encourage you to trust that and make a point to come back to this, because I actually absolutely believe there's a gift in this meditation for everybody who's like going, ooh, I'm intrigued. There's something here. So excellent time to be giving yourself this gift of being healed and seen. And Jeff, do you have any final words you'd like to say before we end today's show?
Thank you for having me on the show.
You're very welcome, Jeff. Thank you for coming back. And for everyone who's with us today, remember that wherever you are today does not have to be where you are tomorrow. Every day is a new day. You're an amazing, beautiful human. And I hope that you are taking time to be present with yourself, your emotions, love yourself. And we'll be back again with another solo episode, doing book readings, and of course, more awesome guests in future episodes. So stay tuned. I'll see you all again soon. And bye for now.